There is no, it's like speaking Spanish to an English speaking person.
Improper personas or jurors or heritage of the land.
Ma'am, I said state your name. I didn't.
I will state for this X-rail.
Ma'am, listen, let me say this to you.
This trade name.
If I didn't think someone had jurisdiction over me, I promise you, I would not even get out of my bed. I don't really care what you believe.
Judge Bryant delivered a powerful and well-deserved response to a person in court who claimed to be a sovereign citizen. By the end of the hearing, this individual had completely changed their tone, soft-spoken, nervous, and clearly overwhelmed. Honestly, this moment was incredibly satisfying to watch. Out of all the courtroom clips I've seen, this is easily one of the most remarkable. Judge Bryant didn't hold back. She stayed calm but firm, taking complete control of the courtroom. From the start, it's amazing how often people walk into court thinking they can ignore legal.
All right. Okay, this is case number 07. No, strike that. I apologize. That's not case number. This is case number 174612601. The people of the state of Michigan versus Bonita Ayana Sealy. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery. And today is the date set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christina Ritter on behalf of the people, P number 8350505.
All right, ma'am, please unmute yourself. State your name for the record, please.
Islam. I, self-law, am master. Improper personas or jurors or heritage of the land.
Ma'am, I said state your name. I didn't.
I will state for this X-rail.
Ma'am, listen, let me say this to you.
This trade name. No, this trade name.
If you did not come to court, if you didn't come to court to participate in court, please don't come back to my courtroom. So I've muted you, so therefore we can't even hear what you're saying. So let me be clear. If you have not come to court, because let me just be clear. Okay, well, you have a great day. Have a great day. If I didn't think someone had jurisdiction over me, I promise you, I would not even get out of my bed. I promise you. Let me say this. If a person did not have jurisdiction over me, if I believed that a person, that an entity did not have jurisdiction over me, I promise you, I would not get up out of my bed. I would not take a time off of work. I would not stop anything that I was doing for that day to come to court to say these things. Number one, you know it's going to get you nowhere. There is no, it's like speaking Spanish to an English speaking
processes and say whatever they want, as if the rules don't apply to them. But not this time. Judge Bryant made it crystal clear that.
So if you believe, Miss Sealy, from the bottom of your heart, that I nor this court has any jurisdiction over you, ma'am, don't come. You don't come. Because there's nothing, there is absolutely nothing. There is nothing that I can do for you. If you are not interested in proceeding in a manner that we can understand you, if you're going to simply read off some stuff to me, it's equivalent to me going over to England, since apparently you all don't believe that you're citizens. I don't really care what you believe. It is equivalent to me going over to England, getting arrested, and then telling them they don't have jurisdiction over me. If they let me go home, I promise you, if I didn't think they had jurisdiction over me, I'm not showing up. So okay, so we can try this one more time. If you want to state your name for the record so that we can have the name for the record, then you can state your name for the record. If you're going to say all of that other stuff to me that I don't have jurisdiction, then I'm gonna subside, and I'm gonna go ahead and move on to another case. I am going to remove you from the courtroom because this is going to get us nowhere. Nowhere. Now, by the time you've said all of this, by the time you've done all of this, this is a 2017 case. We probably would be finished with the case by now. Probably would be. Probably would be. Of course, I'm not going to give legal advice. I'm not going to say what she should do and how she should respond. Probably would be finished with this case by now. Okay, ma'am, please state your name for the record.
The law is not something you can argue your way out of with internet talking points. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the hearing. Now, let's take a look at how this so-called sovereign citizen was brought back to reality, live and in real time, by a judge who wasn't having any of it. After watching this, I think Judge Bryant may be one of the most impressive judges I've seen lately. Sure, we've got some other well-known names like Judge Oakley and Judge Middleton, but the way she ran her courtroom was exceptional. There was no nonsense, no waiting around, no letting things slide, just a clear message that the courtroom is a place for facts, not fantasy. These situations are becoming more common, where people come in quoting random legal theories they found online, and too often judges are overly patient or hesitant to shut it down. But Judge Bryant handled it exactly how it should be handled, professionally, directly, and without delay. I really wish more judges followed her lead. If you've got any thoughts on why this kind of behavior is becoming more frequent, or why some judges let it happen, I'd love to hear your take in the...
Bonita Ayana Davis Seeley.
Thank you, Ms. Seeley. Today is the date set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. How are we proceeding?
Innocent.
The court is going to enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Seeley. I will set this matter for a pretrial conference. This is a child abuse 4th degree case. Strike that. Again, I keep looking down at your client, looking up at your client's case. This is an assault or assault and battery case. The court is going to set the matter for a pretrial conference. The complaining witness is required to appear. Failure of the complaining witness to appear will most likely result in the matter being dismissed. Probably could have already been dismissed. I don't know if you have contact with the complaining witness or not, Ms. Ritter. However, the complaining witness is required to appear at the pretrial conference. Today is December the 6th. The court is going to set the matter for January the 6th. At 8:35. I'm sorry, 8:25. That denotes the arraignment portion. 8:25. As I indicated, the complaining witness is required to appear. Failure of the complaining witness to appear will most likely result in the matter being dismissed unless the people have a valid explanation for the failure to appear. Bond will continue with no contact with the complaining witness. Anything further?
Nothing from the people, Judge. Thank you.
Anything further, Ms. Seeley?
Emma, well, I would like to say something, but I see that I'm gonna just keep my peace. I'll see you guys on the 6th of January.
All right, then you have a great day and stay safe.
You too.
Thank you.
Comments. Personally, I think if more judges were this direct, we'd see fewer of these misguided courtroom moments. The person in this case is a perfect example of someone who never learned how the legal system works, or just chose to ignore it. She seemed to be around her mid-50s, which makes her behavior even more surprising. At that age, most people understand the basics of how courts function, but she acted like a teenager caught making excuses, relying on what looked like something, copied from a Facebook post or a YouTube video. It's unfortunate, really. Whether it came from poor guidance growing up or simply believing the wrong sources, it was clear she didn't take the situation seriously, at least not until Judge Bryant made her realize just how serious it was. Her reaction afterward said it all. She knew she was in over her head and that her arguments weren't going to work. The truth is, you can't just decide which laws apply to you and which don't. The justice system doesn't run on internet opinions or social media theories. These sovereign citizen claims have been around for years, and they've never held up in court, not once. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Let me know what you thought of this case. Do you think Judge Bryant went too far, or was her response right on point? I personally thought she handled it exactly the way it needed to be handled. Thanks so much for watching.